That right there has been a long time coming. I grew up on the property where I took this deer, and one of the reasons I moved back to
Well, folks, here's a little what I call a butterball pig. 35, 38 pounds, who knows. It's going to make some really good pork.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
shoot one doe too, so you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Definitely him. I think I hit a piece of metal.
Ricochet?
Yeah. He's absolutely beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah, he's a pretty deer.
He is a beautiful deer. He is an absolutely beautiful deer. There's no doubt that's him.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Well, we took that one down the wire.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll be darned. I want to get him a little closer, but
The hawks we were talking about, man, things are soaking
his
wet.
old hawks are swelled up.
Soaking wet.
He is absolutely beautiful. He is pretty. Well, that's by far the biggest deer I've shot this year.
Hey!
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I ran right over a toss of hill bush a while ago. I saw him standing over here, and I wanted to make darn sure it was him. But I could see this time.
Was he standing up? Did he stand back up?
He was standing up, yeah. He's standing back and kind of looking back my way. And
He's pretty. He's got a lot of color in there.
oh man, that is absolutely a gorgeous
Good
deer.
mature deer too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, his G2s went down quite a bit.
Yeah, he's at least 5 or so. Beautiful, beautiful deer. Good gosh, thank you again.
Yes, sir. Thanks for doing
Oh
it.
man, no,
My
thank you.
pleasure.
My pleasure. And we got a doe down too, so.
Yeah, we do. We got our work cut out for us tonight.
I
But
wanted-
it's well worth it.
Oh man, I wanted to shoot it with that pistol, but
Yeah.
it was just, it had gotten too dark and the little red spot was too bright and it was covering too much of an area, so there's no way I could do it. That's the reason I switched to the rifle.
Well, they didn't get in any hurry for us tonight.
No.
That's
They
for
were
sure.
slow coming in.
They wanted to make us wait.
They
After
did.
this morning, they thought we're just going to stick that knife in there a little bit further.
And they did.
Boy, you ain't lying. He is pretty.
He is absolutely beautiful. I'm beginning to wonder.
They made us wait, didn't they?
They took it to the wire for us, by God. Now, you've worked this area a lot as a biologist, as a consultant. I mean, it's one of your personal places, but
Sure.
you've been using the Scent Guardian a lot here, but you've also been using the TRHP Outdoors mock scrape setup type thing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And there was one in that area, right?
absolutely. I've got a lot of responses from the pre-orbital especially.
Yeah.
It's been a phenomenal thing. And it's on the consulting side, it's actually been really good with holding bucks on this free range,
Yeah.
low fence land.
Right.
You know, they can come and go as they please, and those girls move them around. It's been phenomenal. This has been the success of this guy. There's no doubt that we couldn't have held him.
No, absolutely. And I think that's one of the important things from a management perspective is just as you mentioned as well too, in that now you're holding these bucks on the property. Not only you produce them here, but you're holding them here.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times they'll just pick up and move, and there'll still be a few that do that, but I think the numbers are greatly decreased, those that just kind of wander around and roam.
Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. And you know, as you saw yesterday, I made that mock scrape, and he came in and responded to it with 2 good scrapes.
He did.
And we went over there, and you know, he was.
It's like I want to show you, by golly.
Exactly. Exactly. But I couldn't imagine anybody better to harvest him than you.
Well, you're very
He's a
kind, and
beautiful
I
deer.
can't tell you how much I appreciate the opportunity to
Yes,
come hunt
sir.
with you. So.
Yes, sir. One of many.
Well, I like hearing that too.
Yes, sir. Yep.
He is absolutely beautiful, and I know he's going to eat good too.
He sure will. He sure will. It's a great shot. Great hunt. Memories forever.
Great hunt.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter.
Right there has been a long time coming. I grew up on the property where I took this deer, and one of the reasons I moved back to
The country not too far west of Houston. I grew up in Colorado County, Texas. Little German-speaking community called Zimmerzeit. Could not speak English until I started grade school, of all things. Excuse me. Hunted here until I left to go to college, and hunted a little bit after I was at Texas A&M, and then unfortunately did not get a chance to come back really. I was way too busy other parts of the world, other parts of the state doing wildlife management work and writing and traveling and TV things and all those other kind of good things that I was involved with so very long. Finally moved back to Brenham, or moved to Brenham. One of the primary reasons was so that I could hunt my own property a little bit more often, and dearly wanted to take a buck on the property I grew up on. That opportunity happened yesterday afternoon. I'd been hunting elsewhere and got back home and decided, you know, it's a good afternoon to go hunting. Got out here on this property just a little bit behind here and set up my camera and actually got a little bit of footage of this buck as he was coming across the field. Unfortunately, I did not track him all the way across. When I pulled the trigger, I thought he was on camera. Unfortunately, he was not. But by the time I got everything taken care of last night, it was too dark to get any footage. So I thought I might come back out this morning and show a few things with this deer and get some photographs. Had my wife come out and take some absolutely fantastic photographs of this deer. Used a Ruger M77 6.5 by 55 Swedish. Absolutely great round that's been around for many years. This particular gun is topped with a Trijicon 2.5 to 10 Huron. Quickly becoming one of my favorite scopes. Used it a little bit on my last hunt as well too, and of course always shooting Hornady. This happens to be their super performance that they put out in the 6.5 by 55 Swedish. Absolutely fantastic load. Like I said, that round's been around a long time, and kind of the older I get, I think the more I like some of the older cartridges. They do everything that the new ones do, and there's a little bit of nostalgia involved with them as well. But this particular buck, there's so much that went into the production of this thing. We set aside some property of ours to kind of serve as a kind of a sanctuary a little bit, grow some good browse. And to be very frank with you, this is about as big as these deer here get. We're not huge deer in terms of antlers, but we've been under a rule by the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department for the last many years of having to have 4 points on at least one side with a 13-inch inside spread. Now this one happens to be about 13.5. I looked at him very close. I knew he was going to be close on the spread, but also knew that really felt like he was going to be at that level. So got a good shot at him. He took off running. Unfortunately, like I said, got him coming to me for a little way on camera, and then I didn't push the camera over around far enough to where I could get the kill shot. So the kill shot's not here, nor is the recovery because it got dark on me, but what a fantastic hunt. This is one I've been looking forward to for a long time, of being able to take a deer on my own place. Now that's something very special as far as I'm concerned. This particular property has been in our family since got title to it in 1876, and they actually ranched and farmed this country before they bought it many years. So been on this property probably since about the 1850s or so. But grew up hunting here. Old camp house is here in the back where we used to spend our time, only a little way from a house where I grew up in. And what an absolutely fantastic deer. What an absolutely fantastic deer. Use Texas hunting products, Scent Guardian, best product there is. If you're not using it, you're missing the boat. That's all I can tell you. Oh Lordy, now to get him taken care of and get on the call to Luke Clayton and Jeff Rice and tell them all about this hunt. I can't wait to get in touch with those guys this morning. Sent them a text last night. Now it's time to tell them the real story on the thing. They know how hard I've been hunting here and how long I've been hunting here to want to take this buck. So appreciate y'all joining us. Lots of good things coming to you on A Sportsman's Life. We truly appreciate you watching us and staying with us. Thank you very much.
A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Air Force Air Guns, Pyramid Air, Sightmark, Skin 'em Right, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, Smoke and Tex, Striper Express, TRHP Outdoors, and Ultramatic Feeders.
Well folks, here's a little what I call a butterball pig. 35, 38 pounds, who knows. It's going to make some really good pork. Put a peep sight on my old 30-30 here, old lever action, and got him this morning. But what we're going to do is actually him and one other hog. We're going to skin these out, put them on another expanded wire grill, and cook them over some wood. So we're going to go to work on this, and probably the next time you see me, I'm going to be cooking this rascal. Back at camp, and this is a expanded metal grill that you see in front of me. I haven't built a fire yet, but you know, this is not the way to cook a big chunk of meat. I'm not going to cook it inside a smoker. I'm going to actually grill it, but these little pigs, we've got them sawed in half. They should make some excellent pork. Now, B&B charcoal, I'm going to use the lump charcoal here. It's a hot fire. I'm going to use the whole bag to get it going. And then we have the B&B charcoal mesquite wood. Now, this is kettle dried. It's very good cooking wood. I mean, you could cook it on any kind of wood, but this is going to add a lot of flavor to this meat. So let's get our fire going. I'll kick our fire off. We'll show you a picture of the fire. We'll probably cook a whole pig in halves. Cut it in. It's already cut in half. So let me get that pork cleaned up, folks. We'll get with it. What do you say? And folks, here's you a little bit better view of our expanded metal grill. We're going to put the pork right on top of that and cook it right over these open coals. So almost have the pork ready to go. We'll ladle it on there, season it up really well, and get it cooking. Okay, folks, here is one of the little pigs about to be cooked. Got our Best of Texas barbecue sauce. I'll wait a little bit before I baste it. Take a look at this. Normally I would not cook a large chunk of meat on a grill like this, but this pig probably weighs 35 pounds. It's going to be some tender pork. So stay with me. I'll show you the finished product. Well, folks, I had to cut our little pigs up into smaller pieces. These hams, these bigger chunks, shoulders, I had to pull them away from the coals. They were getting too hot. So it's kind of there's no exact science to this kind of cooking. You just have to watch your fire. And this wood from B&B charcoal did a great job. Of course, our barbecue sauce, there is no better. So I just kind of used a little brush and I basted along as we went. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take just a little sample of this rib here. Just a little piece. Oh, it's falling off the bone, literally. And I say we dabble this in a little more barbecue sauce. Again, folks, don't try it with a big hog. It'll be tougher than wet leather. Some of the best pork I've ever had. Well, folks, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton and Mr. Randy Douglas, one of my best friends. We're at the Dale River Ranch. If you look back in our shows about this time last year, I used this Air Force Air Guns Texan 45 caliber to kill a nice buck back in here, Randy.
Yeah, you sure did.
And our goal today is to get out there and just have some fun. I don't have any venison, so
well, we're fixing to fix that.
We can fix that. So we don't know if we're going to be shooting a doe or a buck, but we do know I've killed a bunch of game with this, including that nice buck last year here at the Dale River Ranch. So follow us out here and we'll get in the stand and see what we can do. Randy, all the folks need to remember DaleRiverRanch.com. Right. You can contact this fine gentleman and come out here and hunt.
Check us out on Facebook, and you can give me a call at 214-797-2217.
Come out and kill something, hunt something, get you some meat.
Or fish, or
Yeah, good fishing too. We might even have a chance to fish a little bit. You ready to go, bud?
Yeah, let's go do it.
All right, folks, stay with us. Okay, folks, here's our stand. We'll get up in there, and we've got about 3 hours to hunt. We'll see if we can get us a buck here, or maybe a fat doe. Well, folks, Randy just put out some of our Texas-raised hunting products, doe and estrus, right there, just on the side of that feeder there. And I'm up in the blind. This is where we're going to be doing our hunting, right here. But he's got some doe and estrus out right beside that truck there. And he's going to park the truck, get up in here with me. We're going to see what comes out. So stay with us, folks. Folks, this is some Brazos River country. Randy's going to get that truck parked and be right back up here with me. But the Brazos River is right over that hill there. Actually down in the bottoms there. Good spot right here to have deer crossing it. Some does are still in estrus. Hopefully we're going to get us a buck, or who knows, maybe a fat doe right here this evening. Stay with us. We're going to have some fun, I promise you. Well, folks, this is some awesome country. I'm going to talk real quiet because there could be deer right out there. Randy's going to be my cameraman, and I'm looking over this feeder that we just showed you. We're going to be real quiet and see if we can get something in here, but my gosh, this is a good place to hunt, folks. Randy, I think we need to go silent, buddy.
I agree.
All right. Stay tuned, folks. We might have something good coming up. Well, folks, last year up on the Dale River Ranch, I killed a big old buck. We're going to show a little bit of last year's buck in this video. But I was meat hunting, and this is a 2.5-year-old spike. He might be a little bit bigger if he grew a lot longer, but not the genetics that Randy wants up here. He's going to make some great venison. Using the Air Force Air Guns Texan, this was about a 75-yard shot, and the shot was lethal. He didn't go anywhere. Didn't have to track him. So we're going to get him skinned out, and old Luke here is going to have some good venison. This is the first deer this year that I've taken, but I'm ready for some chicken fried spike.
We want to thank you for joining us here on this week's episode. Please join us right back here next week for another exciting adventure on A Sportsman's Life.